Alrighty, I am back, folks. We are back. Welcome to our post-show hangout, where things are a bit more casual.
Alrighty.
All right. This was a fascinating project to talk to and about. I am not big into gambling myself. It's kind of a tricky thing because gambling is discretionary. It's something that people will tend to say, all right, I'm going to budget for it. I'm going to do what I can to measure my losses and my gains, and I'm going to try to make a profit.
Yep.
And so often, at least in the crypto spaces, when we talk to casino projects, I will see these repayment schemes or dividend schemes that just seem too good to be true. And the percentages for this, if we're talking about daily appreciation, almost raise that red flag for me. But because there's a tokenomic system that makes it incredibly clear, here's where the token distribution is going. We've got X amount being burned. We've got Y amount going to the holders. That makes it a lot more clear where the money is coming from. And the peer-to-peer nature of this system compared to so many other systems, that's going to be a huge selling point, in my opinion. Yeah, go for it.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was gonna say that that's basically what makes this different, right? It's really community based. So if the community wants to keep it going, they want this, they like this, they want to cut the house out of the betting world, right? And they want to come here instead. This will blow up, and then we won't run into those problems of too much liquidation, unsustainable, what is it? Dividends, because the community will just be growing. So that's kind of where it comes from, right? So in the end, it's all community based. If the community's not there, that would be the only reason why I could see this project failing. But I don't see that happening because we just have so many people that believe in this.
Yeah, it's easy to see why, in my mind, especially because of the pitch with regards to solving the problems of the gambling industry. The list in the white paper is quite extensive. They go into detail about a number of ethical problems that exist within gambling overall. And as somebody who tends to stay away from gambling myself just because of those problems, it's inspiring for me to see crypto projects wanting to tackle solving problems, because very much we will see the Ohms and the Wonderlands and the Times of the world who will come at you and say, oh, you're going to get crazy good dividends. It's going to be crazy. We got 7, 8, 9-figure APYs. You could put $1 in our project, and if you wait a year, you will be a millionaire. That's what a lot of these guys promise.
Yeah, just not sustainable, I mean, you can't make a million people a millionaire with no money coming in, you know what I mean? Like,
well, you're playing chicken.
Yeah.
It's the prisoner's dilemma. I'm in the middle of writing a kind of piece about the financial economics of the prisoner's dilemma. It's an old economic scenario that gets taught in business classes. I was taught about it myself. And the prisoner's dilemma implies that you, as a unbiased market actor, do not know what the other unbiased market actors are going to do given certain market conditions. So when you're looking at the grid of choices of things you can do in the market, that's where the dilemma comes in, because you can what you're going to do will affect what other people are going to do, and what other people are going to do is going to affect what you're going to do. So this creates the prisoner's dilemma. It's often described in terms of two people sitting in an interrogation room. They are both participants in a crime, the crime of buying Time Wonderland, and the two of them are being interrogated by the police. If neither one of them rats on the other, then they both get some time, but they both get the least amount of time possible. If one rats out the other, the equivalent of a crypto sale of a prisoner's dilemma token, then that other guy gets hurt worse because he got ratted on, while the guy who did the selling, he goes free, essentially. If both of them if both of them rat on each other, they both sell, that would be the bottom far right corner, the worst possible option for everyone. Because if they both rat on each other, then the cops have all the evidence, and the cops can throw both of them in jail for the maximum amount of time. So when you go and you invest in a prisoner's dilemma project, you'll often know them by this logo or something akin to this. You'll see something like that, or 2-2 is another one that I see. These are chart grids representing a prisoner's dilemma. Anytime that you guys see that, I want you guys to look at that and think, that's a fucking red flag. Because it is.
I see. Okay, that's new news to me. Actually, I love that. I love learning new things about this.
That's what I'm all about here.
Yeah, while you were saying that, actually, I was thinking, well, this actually cuts out that prisoner's dilemma, right? Because we're betting anyway. So there's going to be a loser and there's going to be a winner, but this already cuts out that bottom right corner, right?
Yes.
Because someone's going to win.
In this case, there will be a binary option. You are either placing bets and winning, or you are placing bets and losing. There is no weird middle ground where you are buying a thing, wanting to sell it, and then being run over like a train by a billionaire.
Yep.
Oh, Glex is here. He's been lurking. Mr. Glex, a pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you feel that we've done your project justice in talking about it. Yeah, I'm just I have such a deeply held personal bias against casinos. So I tend to go I try to be as open-minded and in good faith as I possibly can. No mention of comment reader for finding out. Okay, job, you get credit. There you go. You get your kudos. We shall give you your kudo. Glex is a sports bettor and a gaming player. So Glex, you have a history of being in the gaming and sort of gambling spaces. What's your favorite game? You a Texas Hold'em kind of guy? A Baccarat guy? Element's so edgy. Element's only saying that because he too might on occasion partake. Glex, I've had so many issues with decentralized platforms. In our community, he likes dice games and soccer bets. So you're a craps man. 2, 3, or 12. Watch out. Yeah, we've in our community for a while we had a lot of crossover with crypto betting people. They were wanting us to try to run some, casual poker games on occasion in here, playing for crypto.
Those are always fun. Yeah.
We were always hesitant to actually engage in actual gambling within the community because Discord itself has a very, very strong stance against gambling taking place within its walls, which I find.
I did not know that.
Yes, it's very strong. There's a number of crypto projects that have existed that tried to facilitate within their Discord communities a gambling ecosystem, and Discord banned those communities. If you haven't heard of Lotto Token or the founder of Lotto Token, you need to do some digging into that, my friends, because that was something.
Wow, I definitely heard of them. I didn't know something bad happened with them, but I've definitely heard the name before.
Oh yeah, their tokenomics were bizarre. Essentially, if you held a number of Lotto tokens outside of TipCC, that is, in an Ethereum-based wallet, then every so often the Lotto smart contract would effectively gamble some of your tokens in a random lottery. And
what?
Yes, it would take tokens out of your wallet, enter you into a lottery, and if you won that lottery, the tokens that you spent would essentially be returned to you along with literally every other Lotto holder's tokens who participated in this automated lottery. It's a bizarre system. I don't see any way that is going to work other than just Ponzi-nomically giving ridiculous amounts of Lotto to random Lotto community members every so often. So the price action for Lotto was a trash fire, and the founder was frequently reinventing his Discord server over and over and over and over again. He must have done it 3 or 4 times.
Oh yeah,
because
I mean that just doesn't sound sustainable or fair.
Yeah, and Discord's plan was we're just going to ban you over and over again because you're basically facilitating gambling in your Discord. And we've never gotten in trouble because no one does the gambling here. They'll come here, they will talk about gambling, and then they will take those thoughts back to a third-party platform like Lucky Fish. I don't know if anyone in the gambling arena remembers Lucky Fish, but that was one of the bigger crypto casinos, and I'm fairly certain that they had constant bank runs being done on them where clever gamblers were trying to drain their wallet liquidity.
Oh.
Their system was completely opaque and you couldn't see into it. So I would see screenshots of players taking fish coins, which I don't know if anyone remembers fish. I believe that was a DEX coin associated with some kind of oceanic themed DEX.
Yeah.
The fish tokens were used as like one of the cheaper casino chips for Lucky Fish. And Lucky Fish's payout schemes varied entirely based on what coin you were choosing to gamble in. And one of the guys demonstrated this formally to me. He had a few thousand Satoshis and he couldn't get... You're not allowed to pay yourself out or cash out until you hit some arbitrary massive withdrawal thresholds, like 2 million Satoshis. He had a couple 100,000 that he'd been betting with. And he was betting with a large number of couple hundred fish tokens. And the fish tokens were very easy to get paid out on. You could essentially play those card flip gambling games where you have, there's a trail to like a big gambling win and you have basically like a 50-50 shot of each step in the trail of winning more or losing entirely. And
I see.
Yeah. That's how these guys would do it. They would develop systems where, okay, if I win a certain amount, then I'm cashing out and starting from the bottom again. So they would have certain points where they would lose, they would double it up, and then they would keep going until they would hit a certain point of return and then could drive it all back down to the ground and start from the bottom again. And if they did this with fish coins, they could make couple $100 in fish coins a day. But
I see.
If they tried to do this with Bitcoin, then they would almost always lose. And their suspicion was that Lucky Fish's system gave different weights to different caps of crypto. So the bigger market cap you chose to gamble with, the more likely it was that you were just going to lose, and the house was just going to take your big market cap money.
I see. So it was that's why you put a lot of what's it called? A lot of emphasis on it being fair and trying to see the transparency because of these other projects that actually manipulated stuff.
Yes. And
I see.
The guys who were into the gambling and into the casino environments, they would come to me all the time and tell me those stories. And they would even show me, like, pull up a Discord stream and a voice chat. They'd show me live their gambling and would let me watch them as they would bet and win on fish coins and then bet and lose on Bitcoin using the same patterns, which proved, in my mind, that Lucky Fish's odds were slanted toward the house depending on what you chose to gamble with. So if you were gambling with low value Dogecoins or fish coins, then Lucky Fish would be like, yeah, bro, here, you're winning big. Look at that. But the moment you try to do it with Ethereum or Bitcoin, you are totally fucked.
I see. You know, that's actually how regular house gambling works, right? So with the automated machines, there's algorithms to make sure that the house comes out on top after a certain amount of people play it.
Wow.
From what I understand, I don't want to. So I'm not too big in the gambling, but I've definitely seen a few documentaries and videos about how the like slot machines, for example, that the casino makes money on slot machines because of the algorithms in the machine that ends up paying out less than however much goes into the machine.
Yes. And in this digital world that we live in, we have only far too many crypto casinos out there. And these guys will VPN restrict you if you're like me and Andy and you live in the United States. They will try to stop you from playing their games, but if you VPN in, you can still play them. Even if they tell you you're an American and you're not supposed to. It doesn't stop anyone. So having something that's truly both peer-to-peer and the peer-to-peer aspect effectively decentralizes the house itself, that is potentially revolutionary. And I could definitely see a possibility of mainstream casinos being threatened by this business model. I could definitely see that. So
very much so.
If you guys were looking to disrupt, then if you guys continue along your roadmap and your path and you follow through, then it would not be surprising to me if you guys did manage to disrupt some casinos.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, crypto is all based on disrupting the centralized order. So that basically is kind of like what you're doing. It's, hey, there's a problem with the centralized order. We don't like it, so we're taking things into our own hands, you know? And once the community jumps on and they agree with everything and they like it, you know, it ends up just blowing up bigger because it's just better.
Very ambitious. It's very ambitious, and I wish this project only the best and most success, because I really do genuinely believe that disrupting monopolies is going to be profound. And it's the casino world in general. It's full of so many bad actors, and anyone who knows the history of Las Vegas as a city, the Lake Mead is recently drying up. That would be the lake that's famously right outside of Vegas. And I don't know if any of you guys are aware, but we have found no less than like 50 to 100 skeletons in barrels in Lake Mead that are just sort of sitting on the lake bed.
Wow, did not know that. Not surprised, but did not know that.
Yeah, so with the drying up of Lake Mead and the water crisis in the West, we are now seeing the unmummifying, if you will, of the dark and sordid history of Las Vegas's mafia background. And at this point, it wouldn't shock me if we pulled Jimmy Hoffa's skeleton out of that place. Glex, can you tell us your real name? Oh my. That's a new question. I don't usually see people. Hey, will you dox yourself?
Oh, was that to me or Glex?
No, somebody asked Glex, will you dox yourself? Will you tell us your real name, bud? I don't usually see that.
Completely up to him on that one.
Yeah. The Wolf Spider. Kingsley. Oh, what a lovely name.
Yeah.
That is a lovely name. I have to say, for a guy who's says English isn't his best language, that is probably one of the most British names I've ever heard.
Oh, actually, yeah.
When is the next Netflix? Comment reader asked. As soon as I'm able, buddy. I haven't been able to do a fun sort of goofy movie TV stream in a long time. I've been working really hard on my school. I've been taking a summer course, so that's been the main reason why I have been very busy.
Oh yeah, you did say you're getting your MBA.
Yeah, not the Goofy movie, but goofy movies in general. Goodness me. No, I'm pretty sure the last movie I streamed in here was The Wolf of Wall Street, which should surprise no one.
Yeah, not surprising at all.
I've streamed that about twice in here. Pretty sure the next movie I'm going to stream is going to have to be something funny because everybody is really depressed.
Yep. You know, I think comedy movies are definitely the best way to go. Everyone could always use more laughter, you know?
Yes. Every time. I'm not sure which one I'm going to stream. I'll have to... Maybe I'll do a poll. See which one.
Ooh, I'll chime in for sure.
Cyber Unicorn. I vote for a poll. Okay, maybe I'll put out a poll then. Yeah. I'm not sure I have any comments. I think any more comments. I think I've summed up my feelings on WinBinary. Did anyone else have any questions about more questions about WinBinary or my thoughts on WinBinary? Glex talked. Glex talked by proxy. Glex talked by proxy, which is his right.
He did. He was definitely helping out with those questions with when I didn't have answered.
Which he would not have been able to do if he were not lurking. So we thank Glex for lurking and hanging out very much.
No lie, I think he was in from the beginning.
Marketing influencers? Well, that's why we're here, isn't it?
Yeah. We also there's a nice good amount of YouTubers that we post their videos in the announcements page.
Yeah, I'm a small boy in the YouTube sphere. I don't even consider myself an influencer. This video will technically be the first time I've actually recorded and posted my opinions on the YouTube channel. So that's kind of cool.
I'm kind of honored.
Yeah, I'm also in the process of trying to get some sponsors for an actual community radio show where I will be producing editorial content on the regular. So
awesome.
For those projects out there, I guess including WinBinary, if you're interested in perhaps sponsoring me as a content creator, don't hesitate. Reach out to us and we'll talk about what I can do. My most successful video would have been the HDX demo, which I did as a paid favor. I gave that entire sort of sum that I got from that to the community treasury, which we're going to allocate for more fun stuff in the future. And the HDX show went incredibly viral. My content, as you guys can imagine from sitting here listening to it, I'm not a clickbait artist. I'm interested in doing actual interviews and providing good information about projects rather than acting as a hype lord and shill master. So I tend to believe that projects who listen to me will see more value in what I do than in the average AMA. And I sincerely believe that if you look at the archive of shows I've done, that my work output reflects that ethical standard.
I can tell you from this is my first AMA on Wolf of Wall Street, and I think that you are very fair, and you give your opinions, you don't just hype things up, you ask tough questions, and I appreciate that. So
yeah, that is the idea, which brings us to the final and most exciting part of the show, and that is our best question winners, the best and most difficult part of every show. Andy, we have to look at all of these badass questions the community asked, excluding anything that I myself asked because I'm the host, and we have to decide who gets rewards for those questions.
You know that I think that's the toughest part. I was looking at all the questions. I was like, all of these were so good. I don't know which one to choose.
And we pick traditionally 5 solid winners, based to receive $20 in crypto each. So
okay.
So we will go through these, and we will pick 5 of these commenters whose pinned messages are here. There is a single individual who I have to disqualify for the violation of the conditions of the AMA. I will DM that individual's name because I am not interested in humiliating people.
I see.
And I will send... Oh, I think I made a mistake. That's okay. I will send that same message to Glex to let them know.
Okay.
To that user, I apologize. But the rules are the rules, and I have to enforce them to be fair to everyone in the audience whose questions are being asked. Anyone who tries to draw attention either to the moderation staff or to myself to your question, that is a disqualifying action. Are there any highlights that you or Galette feel would be especially worthy of reward for asking a particularly informative question?
Could you repeat that? You actually, I don't know why you're cutting out again. Sorry about that.
That's okay. Internet is internet. Are there any of the questions in the pinned questions that you or Mr. Glex found to be particularly good, particularly informative? Help you guys get to the meat of WinBinary.
Yes, there was definitely one that got me. I liked Zahal's question about the
Zahal.
Yeah, about the one side. The one side, if someone bets,
yes.
And you don't have anyone, and no one tackles it on the other side, that was actually something I was thinking about. Like as he asked it, I was like, wow, I actually am not sure what happens. And then Glex kind of came through and explained that someone has to take the bet for the bet to go through.
Cool. Yeah, that is a good question. All right, so that'll be our first winner. All right, now I can pick some too if you guys want me to, but I tend to want to give the team that option before myself or our moderators go to picking, because it lessens any accusations that anyone would want to levy towards me or my moderation staff of being biased towards anyone.
Oh, I got you. I think Glex said... Glex just commented about someone. I just saw it a second ago.
Kunbo. Okay. Glex liked that Deto Kunbo's question. All right. So that would be winner number 2. Adeto Kunbo. Congratulations.
Flex, did you have anyone else that you that you wanted to pick? I feel like I want to just pick everyone. So I'm
we always do. This is why it's the best and hardest part of the show.
Yeah.
So sometimes it takes me and the team when I've had projects go, guys, we're out of time. We got to bounce. Thanks for having us. Good luck picking the winners because you all rocked. And then they just leave. So so they leave it entirely up to us, in which case me and the boys are debating it.
Oh, so it looks like I'm getting a call. Maybe I gotta head out too. Not sure.
No problem.
No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I won't do that to you. Not this time.
Based. But yeah, if you, I could make some suggestions if you guys have some suggestions, or would like me to make some.
Yeah. I'm trying to read through them again, so that's why it's taking me a minute.
Yeah, no worries.
I did like Patrick Bateman
Mm-hmm.
when he asked what makes this different.
All right. Cool. Yep, that'll be our winner number 3, Patrick Bateman. Congratulations.
Oh, Doomer for honestly, I just respected that the fact that he said he didn't know the big terms. I know that everyone has gone through that at some point. So the fact that he put that out there and let everyone know, and then asked, so that way we can,
Respect. All right, you got it. Doomer, you are our 4th winner. Congratulations. All right, and that just leaves one more, folks. Yeah, not particularly easy. The remainder are quite good.
Yeah. What would your suggestion be, if you don't mind me asking?
Sure. Looking at the list of questions, when the team and I do it, we will tend to rate the questions by 3 criteria. We'll generally go to quality, right? Are you asking something that's a layup, or are you asking something that's actually substantive? We will look at how frequently or often they have won. So if somebody is, always winning, then I might be less inclined to choose you. And the third qualification that I will look for is regular attendance. Are you regularly attending the AMA shows? If you're regularly attending and asking questions, I'm going to be more likely to choose you.
I see. Well, okay, so that's with that. This is my first AMA on Wolves of Wall Street, so I'm not sure about the last 2 criteria.
Yep, that's okay. Let me just do a quick check to be sure I know who last time's winners were, so that I'm not violating my own criterion. Because we try to ensure that if the same people are winning every show, then I'm not gonna give you a reward every single time, because that's not fair to the vast audience that we have from all over the world. And I care very much about equity.
Yeah, I love that.
Okay, so that would be. Yes, the 2 that we had, the 3 actually, who are super regular attendees who have won last time explicitly were Mr. Mahar, Arthex, and Master Halo. You guys are the bomb, but I can't give you guys a reward for your questions this time. So for this particular AMA, My suggestion is that the reward go to Mr. Element for his question about 50% fees, how transparent they are, and what kind of sports that WinBet will support.
He was one of the ones I was looking at. Yep, I agree.
Okay. All right, then we have it. Our fifth winner for this AMA is Master Element. Congratulations to our 5 winners.
Congratulations, you guys.
Thank you guys.
For everyone who asked a question.
Yes, to all of you who show up and ask questions. Thank you guys so very much. You guys are the ones who make this show. I do my best to put it on and to get the questions asked and answered and everything. But that said, most of it I don't want to do. Otherwise, the show's about me. And it's not supposed to be about me. It's supposed to be about who I'm interviewing. And that means the community questions take the center stage. Thank you guys, as always. This has been a bomb show, and we will be getting these 2 VODs up on YouTube as soon as we can. This will be the conclusion of the AMA post-show. My name is Necksus. I've been your host for these 2.5 hours. At least it feels like it's been 2.5 hours because my brain is packed with all sorts of information that I did not know before. All right. And with that, thank you all so very much. To the YouTubers out there, if you enjoyed any of this, I'm going to try to ask you to please feed the algorithm by liking and subscribing to my YouTube channel. I cannot believe that I'm actually doing this, but they tell me that the algorithm likes it when I ask you to do that. So thank you all so very much, especially if you made it this far. As always, take care, stay safe, be well, and stay curious.